So, what's up, guys? Today we are going to look at some cool loading thingies. What do I mean by loading thingies? I mean by loading transitions. But here's the thing about loading transitions. Please just don't use it if you're actually gonna, use it for certain seconds and then, like, not actually load anything. And if your game actually takes time to load things, then you can use this because, professional. Yeah. So what we're gonna do, I deleted the cat thingy because it looked ugly. And then, so the first method requires the pen extension. To get the pen extension, you can go to the left bottom corner, click it, click on that pen extension. Then you get this pen extension, which is pretty cool. What we are going to do is we're going to, start off our code by getting a green flag because which project doesn't. And then we are going to, let me just quickly get rid of that my variable. And then I'm going to make loading max. And we could click that for the sprite only. And we could get that set loading max to 100. Because why not? And then we're going to go to my blocks and create a block. Name it load. And then you can click that roll screen refresh and then click OK. And then get that load under the green flag. And then we create a new variable, name it loaded. And if you're wondering why I'm putting an underscore, it is because I'm creating it as for this sprite only variable. And then it'll be easy to see which one's for this sprite only and which one's not. Because the ones in the top will be the for this sprite only one because there's an underscore, and then if there's an underscore, it goes to the top. You could also do dash, it doesn't really matter. And then we're going to go to control, get a repeat until block, and greater than. And then we're going to get if the loaded is actually greater than the loaded max, which means it should be done. We're going to set our size, which for this you can make it for all sprites. You don't have to. Well, every single one of these variables actually are like that, but you know what? I'm just going to delete this because I made it wrong. Size, or I may have made it right, but I don't know. Doesn't really matter. It's like only a few seconds. Let's set the size to, oh yeah, this code's a long one actually. Let's get an addition, put in 50 because why not. And then let's get a multiplication sign and this absolute value. I've changed that to the sign. And we could get another multiplication block, duplicate this loading, put it right over there, and then you could input 10 to both of these. Now what you're going to do is get that erase all. We could set our pen size to 25, and then we could set our pen color to whatever the color you want for your loading transition thing to be. I'm going to select green, and then we could draw we could make another block, make it, call it draw circle at, oh my god, circle at X, Y with size. Run without screen refresh. And then put that right over there. And then we could input your value, which I'm going to do 0, 0. And then drag in our size variable, because why not? And then we could set our pen color, which I'm just going to duplicate that. And then make it a bit brighter. And then I'm just going to make another block. Name it draw arc at X, Y, size, and angle, and length. There you go. And actually, let's make this, name it radius. Change it to that. Actually, this makes more sense. And then we could get rid of this, get this long one, which is the draw arc at, not a circle at. And then what we could do with that is, just input 0, 0 again, get the size variable, get 2 multiplication signs and 2 division signs, put it in the first lot of each of the the multiplication. Get the first one to be 720 and this second one to be 360. And then we could get the loaded for the first one, loading max for the second one, and then do the same for the other one too. And then we could change loaded by 1. And then you could have like a broadcast message of like game start, something like that. I'm just going to be like start, or you could be like loading ended, whatever like that, or whatever you want. Now we're gonna kill these 2 blocks in, which will be able to finish the first method. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do pen up, and then we're going to set our new variable direction like that for this sprite only. We could set direction to 0 and then repeat 181 times. We can go to, and then we could get an addition sign for both of those. You know what, just get one because they both have like the same thing. And then get a multiplication sign, get the radius, get the x, and then we could get the absolute value block, which you could switch to sine, duplicate that, and change this to cosine, change the x to y. And then get direction for both of them, like so. And then what we could do is now is pen down, change direction by 2, like so. Okay, that is it for the draw circle at. Now we could do the draw arc at, which is a bit more complicated, but just basically the same thing, cause yeah. We could set our direction to angle in this case, right? And then what we will do is plus 1 to our length. There you go. And then this, we could throw this out and throw this out, replace it with the size, and then replace those with these. And then now that should be it. And then actually let's also name this one radius. Now if we go, it just doesn't look right, right? Well, it is because we messed up. And then where did we mess up? Let's see. It has to be messed up over here. Or it might not be. Let's see. Okay. 1 by 1. So okay. Oh, sorry, you're not supposed to make it, run without screen refresh. There you go. So this is our first method. It looks cool, right? There you go. And then, yeah, so it like charges up like that. And then what you could do is actually, get the loading right here. It'll continue. And you could like put like start like if like a blah 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 start, which you know, yeah. Now I'm gonna create a new sprite, delete this one, cause yeah. And then I'm actually gonna do erase all, cause we don't want that on our thing. Now what we're gonna do is to get our second method, which could be easier for a few of you guys, or it could be harder for a few of you guys. I'm actually gonna have to get the costumes from the other projects because it actually takes time to get these costumes prepared. Um, you know, you don't have to draw every single one of those, or you don't. I can actually share this project so you guys can look at that thing. Anyways, that is the costume. So it's LOADING, which spells loading. I'm actually gonna share this costume so you guys can take this, or you guys can just use your text box. You know, yeah, doesn't really look good though. So I'll try to remember to share this when I upload this video. I'm gonna just name that too because it's our second method. So when green flag is clicked, like all other projects, because why not? And then we could create a new variable, loading. And then we could create a block, name it clone. Click that run without screen refresh, because why not? And then let's get the clone, and then the switch costume to L. And then we could repeat 7 times, because there's 7 letters in loading. And then we can wait 0.05 seconds and create a clone of myself. And then we'll switch to our next costume, which is right here. And then we'll go to control, get a when I start as a clone, and looks show. And let's go to the motion, get a go to block, go to your value you want, which in my case it's going to be 0 and -15, because you know, figured out that that actually looks good. And then let's create a variable, call it y, and then we could make another variable, name it decrease, and then we could create another variable, move, like movement, like something like that, short term. And then yeah, looks pretty good. So now when I start as a clone, set y to 0, like so. And then we could go ahead and set our ghost effect to 100 too. Yes, there you go. And then we can get a repeat until block. Repeat until our loading equals 0. Like that. Pretty nice. And then we can set our decrease to 10. And then set our MOV to decrease. So like that. And then we can get a repeat 80 times. It has to be 80 times or it will not work. Because the values in this repeat loop are set it specifically for it to repeat 80 times. So now what you're going to do is go to looks, get a change ghost effect by, change it by -10, or you could do it less. It's your like decision. It could be like -5, but in this case I'm just going to do -10 because -5 is like way too low. In my opinion. Let's get an if else and a less than. If the move, which is MOV, is less than 0.1, and then we could change our MOV by -2. If not, we will change it by -0.8. And then we could change our Y by MOV. So, now we could change our y again, okay, but it's a different y because one is a variable y, one is your actual position y. You could change it by a division and a subtraction. So your y minus your actual y position, and then you could divide that by 1.5. The divided by 1.5 and subtracting thing is like basically targeting and then make it so it actually does it a lot smoother. It's a good code, just include it. Yeah. It's usually just good to have that thing if in a repeat loop, because yeah. It looks a lot smoother. And then let's get that y position. If y is less than -15, then we could set it to -15 and then change our decrease variable by a divided amount of 0 minus decrease, which is basically flipping it to negative to positive or positive to negative. And then we could set our MOV move to our decrease once again, and then set our Y velocity to -15. Oops. And then let's go to control, gotta delete this clone. So how you use this is simple. So I am going to get a loading variable, and then I'm gonna do a 10. And then okay, let's say, wait 1 second when green flag is clicked. So wait 1 second when green flag is clicked, but before that I'm going to set the loading to 10. We can change our loading by -1. And then you're going to do this like multiple times, like everywhere in your project. And then it's going to be like a countdown. So at default value it's 10. When it before it starts loading, we check off what we have to wait until the loading should be finished. So I have like, let's say I have like 10 things that has to be done running through the code before I can actually play the program. Then let's set it to 10, and then let's say this was a code, and like everything. And then we don't have to set it to 10 multiple times. So there you go. And then you could make this like shorter or longer like that. And it's just gonna have to wait until all those checks off. So in this case, I only have 3. So let me just make it to like 3 code thingy. And then we could start running the project. Which, okay, the placements. That's a problem. Okay, the placement is wrong. Yeah, so what I got was this loading. You know, to actually do the placement right this time. I'm just gonna delete all of these. So I could have just made a code where it'll defaultly place it, but guess what? I just like it this way. You just get this, and then you drag along here. And okay, you know what? I have to duplicate this. LOADING. There you go. And then you get all of the you get all of these, and then hit delete or backspace if you don't have a delete. And then you just repeat that. You will eventually finish it. It doesn't even take that long. And then you'll have a well-placed thingy. It might even actually be better than just coding, because when you code it takes longer time. You might mess up, you might make it so it ends up somewhere you don't want it. Or, you know, it might just never work. You'll be frustrated, just take like billion years, who knows. I'm gonna make that LOADING. And then just double check. Yes, reselected as L. And now if I run it, Oh, it's lagging, it's lagging. It's because I made this run without screen refresh again. There you go. Now it's a lot smoother. Yeah, let's rerun the thing. Oh, gotta hide the sprite. Gotta hide the sprite. There you go. So now if we wait 10 seconds, because the longest one is the 10-second one, these sprites will delete themselves. So let's wait 10 seconds. Oh, no, the 10-second is done. Oh, no, wait. What? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, this is for this sprite only variable. I messed up. Nice. Okay, you're not supposed to make this for this sprite only. So I'm gonna make a new variable name at loading, but for all sprites, you have to make sure it's for all sprites. I messed up. Loading, 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 and loading. Pretty sure I have a few more loading, maybe not. So let's delete that and then retry it. Now it should work. So let's wait another 10 seconds, cause why not? And it's not gonna be that long. Yeah, there you go. Deleted themselves. Pretty nice, you know? But if you want to make it feel better, you could actually do repeat 10 times, change ghost effect by 10, and then delete it. So that'll look a lot better. For time being, I'm actually going to change that to 5, restart the project. So after 5 seconds, it's just going to start fading away. Like that. Cool. I think I would use that. It's a pretty cool method and a beautiful transition. So thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed it, please hit that subscribe button and the like button. If you didn't enjoy it, just hit that subscribe button and like button because it helps me a lot. If you don't get what I mean, just hit that subscribe button and like button because it helps me out a lot. And then I'm gonna see you in the next epic tutorial. Peace.